chat station. This is the soul therapy segment.
Soul
And
therapy
let
segment on the
me,
chat station with
yes.
Adaobi, and she's my
And then,
guest.
okay, over to you, Daddy Free.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. All right, guys.
Before we get it, there is a letter for you, Daddy Free.
Yes, I have a letter. So please read this letter, so I don't have to delay too much on your show, so that
All right.
we can go away and I can attend to my own people that are building on the internet. I've never seen Nigerians. Why you like just like this? On Instagram alone, 439, 448, 444. Una know they sleep. YouTube 26, Facebook 176, as in almost 1,000 people, and it's going to keep building just because they came to hear gist. Ah, who did this to you
Hmm,
people?
I know, right? Okay, we have this letter here. Good day,
Okay,
Ada, Blizzy, and Daddy Freeze. I am Ivan Constance, popularly called DJ Constance, a blind live musical artist
a
from the above
blind
nation.
live musical artist.
Yeah, from the
Okay.
above nation. And I've come to you through the medium to solicit your concern, care, love, and appeal for your existence through kind or financial means. I've been a regular listener and contributor to your program, Live and
Hmm.
Dangerous, and to you at the chart station, especially your dark room. Yeah, that's true. I had also wished to say happy birthday to you a day I'll never forget because it falls on the Independence Celebration Day of my country, Liberia, as well. As I've wanted to let you know of my own birthday that falls on the 16th of August. But how do I? It pains me when callers are contributing while over the past month I cannot. In this life, I've come to request for your help to
Okay.
enable me to use my talking phone that was stolen away from me by a man who was helping me cross the road at Yaba and made away with my bag that had my phone, keys, and laptop since the 12th of March this year when I came down to Lagos. And since then, to raise funds to have a replacement of this item,
Okay,
especially
so
my
he
talking
lost his, in the long and short of the plenty letter, he lost his talking phone and he's visually impaired.
phone. Yeah.
Okay, how much does he need?
Where's that part? Okay, my phone has been very difficult for me, and I've come to you. Meanwhile, this talking phone is sold for 14,000 naira.
Okay.
While to install the talking application on this phone is 10,000 naira.
Okay, so everything he needs is
Total
24,000
24.
naira.
Yes.
All right, all right, all right. So send me his details. What's his name again? DJ Constance?
Yeah, he only dropped his phone number.
Okay, send him a text message and let him send you his account details. Let the Free Nation take care of that.
All right,
Okay?
I'll do that.
All
Okay.
right, Ada. Love you
All right, Daddy
loads.
Freeze. Thank you
Um,
very much.
take care of yourself. We're going to talk about Two Face and Ada. I say Two Face and Ada, Two Face and Annie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good
All
night.
right. Okay.
So remember to join us live and dangerous every single weekday, Mondays through Thursdays, Ada and I. Now, we all saw the gist. My problem is the blogs. Una know they sleep. Una know they sleep. As in, there is no major blog that has not carried this story. I can't even understand how we function in this part of the world. Then everybody's out here. You want to hear the gist. You want to come on, guys. It's stressful the way you people just run around after gist. I'm not happy with you all. This is very sad for me because if there's anything I know about Annie, is Annie has always been very strong behind Two Face. Uh, Two Face is one of those very handsome, very soft gentlemen that women seem to love. Two-Face is very lovable. So uh, he has a few baby mamas, and Annie has always been the factor that helps him because it affects him. He really loves his kids. And from the little I know, we used to be quite close in the late 90s and early millennium. He was instrumental in me going to Cool FM, if I remember clearly. I was in his house the day I went for the Cool FM audition in Festac. I was in 2001, if I remember clearly. And I've known Annie that long too. Of course, I met Annie through Two-Face. There's one thing I've known about Annie is Annie's been very supportive. Two-Face has peculiar issues, as in when plenty women get children, not plenty, few women get children for you, you will get plenty issues. Women can use children to dangle men, and women can get you to do everything with children. It's one of the things I refuse to allow my ex do to me. She said, if you don't do this, you'll not see the children. If you don't do this, you know. And at a point, I realized that this woman is going to keep messing with my head and bringing up children. I love my children very much, but I need to be alive to be able to love them. And I realized at a point that it was getting to my head. I've been there before. Listen, if you're in a relationship and your spouse uses children to blackmail you, you will not like it. It happened to me before, and I know the feeling. You understand? And I remember having a conversation with Annie once, and she was telling me that sometimes he goes through a lot because of his kids, and she's been there to help him bond with his children. She's even friends with, if I remember clearly, one of his baby mamas and all that. So it's Two-Face can be a little soft. So I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. But Two-Face, if you ever get to see this video, please, Annie loves you, and Annie has been there with you and has been there for you. Annie she's an amazing woman from the little I know about her. And let nothing happen here. You guys can work this out. He never bad. He never bad. Annie just the vex. Palm him down. Now you get him. Just talk to her. She go calm down. I hope. Uh, I hope that your home is covered in Yahushua's blood, and your family is going to continue being a joyous, happy family. Two-Face knows Sabi shout. And that is gentleness. Sometimes they take advantage of it, you know. And also, you two, the baby mamas, you know that he has a wife. Respect yourself. Now, the only beg where I go beg will not be that. Respect yourself. Eh? You know, say man gentle. I know, say his children is very Two-Face. No, Two-Face fit die for a pikino. That's one thing I know about him. He don't get the mind where some of us get. There was one day, let me give you a story. I hadn't seen my kids in about a year or 2 years. That's my first set of kids from my ex. I went to court. For me to see them, I had to tell the judge. The judge had to instruct her to bring them to the court. So I went to see them in court. It was my daughter's birthday. So we bought a cake. My ex did not allow me to give cake to my daughter. This is a true life story. She refused to allow me to give her cake. What, that I will poison cake and give my child? Or because I have moved on now, I have a witch in the house, and that witch is going to poison her children. All those kind of... You see, you women also need to be careful the kind of stuff you talk about men. And men too, behavior. You see, if there's anything I did for my ex, I never had the children down and spoils them about it. I never told her, your mother is this, your mother and I did not have a good marriage. At least you were privy to a lot of it. And we're both better off the way we moved on with our lives. But you see, the damage my ex did with my kids, I couldn't give my daughter the cake. At the end of the day, the lawyer went to collect the cake, and I'm sure they threw the cake away. From that day onwards, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I I was so upset. Then the day I went to see, for me to go and see the children in school for 5 minutes, I had to get a judge's permission. The judge had to instruct her to allow me. And she was there with all her friends, all of them doing like this. I said, for what? Because I want to see children. Don't worry, when the children are old enough, they need me, they will look for me. I'm everywhere on social media. I'm a DM away for the whole world. The whole world can reach me if they want to. So if you want to reach me, go ahead and reach me. If you don't want to reach me, it's all well and good. I love you. I pray for you. I wish you all the best. I will always respect my kids and all that. My ex, I respect her, but it doesn't mean I don't talk about some of the issues that I went through with her. And this is one of the issues, and it's playing out in Two Face and Annie Macaulay's uh, life. It was extremely painful. That day, I was reversing, and going to hit a pole, and somebody had to hit my car. I'm like, can't you see? That's how much these emotional things can do to you. The day I was going to see my children in their school, because she moved them out of the school in Lekki and moved them to a school in Ikeja. So I went there. I had to bring lawyer, judge's permit, what is it called? I had to come with my sister. She was there with all her friends. I'm like, how long can I continue sustaining this? So I want to see them 2 weeks from now. Guess what? She did not allow me to see my children for more than 5 minutes. She instructed the school to not allow me to see the children for more than 5 minutes. Can you imagine? My own children. Then guess what? She came to pick them. The very next day was Basketmouth's son's birthday or something like that. She went to the school that she told me they were too busy to see me, their father. She went to the school, picked them up, and took them out of school to go and attend the Basketmouth's event. Imagine how women think. So what did she want me to do? She wanted me to beg. And there were people that were saying, yeah, do anything for your kids. If it means begging her, me, I will never. Now man born me, I don't be this generation picking. I will never. You understand? I will never beg you because of to see my child. I have to now beg you. Me and my father fought for 10 years at a point in my life. There were things he did I didn't like, and there were things I did he didn't like. We're okay now, we're cool. But my father did not beg woman to talk to me. He left me to go and see how life is. And there are many things I fought my father for that I ended up living through myself and realizing that, okay, this wasn't entirely my father's fault as much as I blamed him. My son is a man. He will marry. He will see what it is like to live with a woman. And there was a time I was praying. I said, may my son marry a woman like his mother so he can understand what I went through. But then at the end of the day, I now started begging God for forgiveness. I said, Father, please don't let him go through what I went through. He is not. I said, look, the only prayer I have for you as my son is, may you marry a woman like your mother. And may you live with her for 10 years. Only you go begin to run around the whole world. They look for me. Say, Baba, you try. I don't know how so this thing be. Someone said, isn't that a curse? I thought about it. I'm like, it sounds like a curse, but I went through it. I wasn't the perfect father, neither was I the perfect husband. But there are some things I didn't deserve. And the main problem my ex had was, you have moved on, you have a son, you are not going to have access to my children. So it's crazy. And Annie did not let Two Face go through the heartache I went through. And if there's anything I give her credit for, it is the fact that she stood as a backbone for Two Face and stood between him and his children. She made the environment conducive for his children. Two Face, you don't know what I go through. That's why you don't understand this thing. If to say you know what I go through, you don't go use any play. Annie created that bond. But you see, let me tell you something about baby mamas and they know how to abuse privileges. As far as I'm concerned, as a baby mama, respect the wife. People they born outside, respect the wife. Let me tell you one thing with Elon Musk. Elon Musk get plenty children, get baby mama. When he's dating a new girl, the first thing say, hey, these are my children, these are their mothers. Don't ever have issues with them. He takes good care of them, takes care of their baby mamas, gives the baby mamas their mothers, feeds them, gives them money, sorts them out. And once the new girlfriends come, say, hey, these people, don't mess with them. I know what it feels like to want to see your kids. I haven't seen my kids in like, I pray for them every night. I wish them well, but it's sad that simply because you and I are no longer together and you want me to be the devil, you will now deprive me of having a phone relationship with my kids. So it's all well and good. I know Two-Face will not have been able to survive what I went through. I doubt it. I'm a bit stronger, and it got to a stage I started dealing with it myself. I started looking away. I started trying to make every day count. And that's how I've been able to cope up until now. So Two-Face, whatever it takes, if that's her issue, that's her grouse, give it to her. Don't stay under the same. There was something Timaya said, and I'm not saying innocent. I'm not saying you are sleeping with your baby mamas. But there's something Timaya said. He said, don't sleep with your baby mamas. Respect them, let them respect you. Give them money if you have, take care of the children, but don't sleep with your baby mamas. I'm not saying Two-Face is sleeping with his baby mamas, but unless this, now I'm also hoping this is a publicity stunt because Annie has a movie coming out. So I've seen couples do this before. They let's make it look like we're fighting and then my movie drops, or let's make it look like we're fighting and then my single drops. I'm hoping this is actually the case. I am praying that okay, it's just a publicity stunt. Let them sell their movie. But if it is not a publicity stunt, if Annie is not happy about you spending the night under the same roof with your baby mamas, don't do it again, please. Don't do it again. It's heart aching for a woman to know that her husband is under the same roof with somebody who they've done it before and produced children. It's heartache. Even for a man, it's heartache. And Kanye West should, and Kim Kardashian should teach people how to live without being in each other's lives, but still being in each other's lives. And there's some women that will dangle children. Oh, I've seen it happen. They will use those children. They will say, my children cannot sleep with under the same roof unless I'm there. So what does the man that wants to see his children, by all means, what is he going to do? He's going to agree. The problem here is not innocent. The problem here is not Annie. The problem is the baby mamas. Baby mamas, make una respect on herself. That be my message inside. Make una respect on herself. Not be you a marry. You born for him. No me say marry you. Finish. If your wife know they comfortable, doesn't need to read social media before you know that you have overstepped your boundary. Doesn't need to read social media. You see somebody say Two-Face is your friend, Annie is your friend, you have their numbers. The matter is on social media. You can't tell us not to address what is on social media. So, someone said a man should not even spend time with his baby mama as these could reignite some old flames. I personally, I agree. I agree. So please, let's learn how to keep things in perspectives. Perspective. Baby mamas, know your boundaries. Baby mamas, know your boundaries. One guy saying you are addressing it lopsidedly. Chris Ida, horrible long name that makes no sense. Why always you? Why? Because I have an audience. I have 800 people watching me on Facebook, 437 watching me on Instagram, and 226 watching me on YouTube. They want me to talk about it, and I'm talking about it. You, on the other hand, have no job, no life. You're up at midnight listening to someone you claim you don't like and using the little credit you have that you should be using to chase the people you are going to do fine bara on Instagram tomorrow. Data you're supposed to be using to chase them, you are using it to comment, and nobody's sending you because I'm going to get you blocked if you make one more comment. And before I get you blocked, I go throw you stone way. If he hit you for head, you not go like yourself. And also is someone I really love and respect. This is real life. That thing where she they go through. Trust me, that thing will be better thing. And she has every right to complain. So innocent, please address it. If she's uncomfortable with your baby mama, she can never be. Do you know some women would rather you even have a new chick outside than that old one? Because that new chick is new drama. That old one is always anger and old flames and all that. So please, I know you love Annie and Annie loves you. At least when I don't they love they come since the late 90s. We don't date 20 something year love. You understand? Please respect her. That's my own. No, respect her. Respect her. Is unless you get another side to the story from this side where she talked. Let me read it to you guys. From this that she said. Let me read it from uh, Instablog. I am a patient woman. I'm not a fool, innocent. Your family never loved me from the beginning. No matter how hard I tried, I was never worthy to them. I have made so many sacrifices for you and all your children. God knows I've tried. What kind of man takes his kids to Disney and spends nights in the same apartment with his kids and their mother? How many times have you gone to see your kids with Pearl? And she stays with you and the kids under the same roof for nights? Or is it when your brother houses you, your kids, and Pearl under the same roof? I can go on and on. Your baby mamas constantly use your children as an excuse for all sorts of rubbish. I try to stay gracious. You are not the first man on the planet to have kids by different women. You can do better. Everything I do is to show the good human that you are. But today, this move done by you, Efe Frankie, and your family is unacceptable. Unless it's something else, I sense a lot of pain in this and pain that needs to be addressed. You know, this is pain that needs to be addressed. And as a wise man that I know you to be, innocent, as a wise man that I know you to be, you would address this. There's somebody here talking nonsense. What was the person's name? Let the person talk another nonsense. People coming to my YouTube to troll me. Now one of you I go catch. I don't block Peter. No be in fault. Person where they suppose I cannot just talk bad thing because I'm not in a good mood. This two-faced Idibia thing, whether you like it or not, it affected me a lot because these are people I know and respect, and this is one relationship that really hoping, um, I'm really hoping would last. I'm really hoping would last. So that's that Two-Face is. Someone said let's hear from Two-Face. Two-Face doesn't talk. He's very gentle. That's the thing. I don't think I've ever heard him talk before. He won't talk over matters like this. He won't talk. But I know that he's wise and he will do the needful. You know. Someone said this doesn't sound well from Annie. You're not wearing Annie's shoes. You don't know where the shoe they pinch her. You don't know where the shoe they pinch her. And I've been through what Two-Face has been through with a woman that had kids for me. So I understand that the reason why I can speak on this is because these are things I have experienced. So I believe I can comment on these things. Someone is saying something here. That he freeze. Oh, let me see the message. That he freeze. So you are going through all these and you still try to entertain and keep things real. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's easier now. It was a lot harder 5 years ago, you know. And one day went to court where the children, they said the children have relocated abroad. So well and good. You know, I wish them well. Sometimes in life you just have to be able to face your front and face your life. You know, if somebody says they don't want you, whether it's child or woman, you just have to be able to deal with it. You can't just come and be killing yourself over anything. Like I said, I've always loved my kids. I was there for them when they were in the house, even though my ex would paint it otherwise, and she's very good at that. That's her business. It's all love and light, and I'm glad we've gone our separate ways. That's why I'm a very big advocate for divorce. You're in a bad place, divorce. I don't believe Annie and Two-Face are in a bad place, though. I just believe that Michael Adebanjo said his father and his mother failed in marriage. Let me block him. Let him carry his family problems elsewhere. You know, and there was something I was saying about my ex. The fact that, how do I put it? The fact that we're no longer together does not mean I shouldn't have access to the kids. Does not mean you should paint me bad in front of the kids. And think about it. We're better off without each other. I think we're slowing each other down. We're just not going anywhere. It was toxic. It was a toxic relationship. She will come out and say I was the one that made it toxic. Nah. I'm in another relationship and it's not toxic. It's not toxic. Where every couple has issues, but it's not toxic. You know, it's not toxic. My ex and I had no business getting married. We never should have gotten married. We had no business. We dated and it should have ended there. She got pregnant. Do you know the funny thing? When she got pregnant, she wanted to remove it. Story for another day. But anyway, like I said, I don't regret having the kids. I don't regret. They're lovely kids. They're great kids, and I miss them. But I'm not. There are things I'm not going to do, even for children. And I'm glad I let go of that toxicity. I'm glad even if she'll say that I'm the one that caused the toxicity, it's all well and good. No problem. Let's move. But you see, that children that you are using to dangle before me, it will still bite you back. It will still bite you in the back. I mean, it will come back and bite you. Don't say I didn't tell you. You understand? It will always come back and bite you. I know friends who were cool because of what their mom did and then grew up later on in life to realize that their dad really wasn't at fault. You understand what I'm saying? And they were angry with their mom. You know, and your kids are going to find out. They're going to find out everything. They're going to enter marriage. They're going to enter a relationship. They're going to see how it is. And bad and bad and bad. You spent years brainwashing the kids and telling them all sorts of things. It's all well and good. The kids too wake up one day and say, hey, they saw it. At least you are not. There's one thing I tell people. You said we were fighting every day. My ex would tell the world that I was the one beating her. Me, I will tell the world that it's the other way around. The court papers show that I was able to prove domestic violence against her. Yes. But at the end of the day, the kids will say they saw something else. You know how this life is. My only issue is you will enter relationships. You will see how it is. You understand. And as you have deprived me of having access to my kids, just watch. Life has a way of paying people back. The only thing I'm grateful for is I don't have that. I don't have to deal with that toxicity anymore. I don't have. There was a time in my life I was going through depression. I think I've mentioned this before. I was losing weight. I had no zeal for life. I would have, if I'd continued like that for another 3 months, I probably would have died. I had no zeal to live. And when I confronted my ex, I said, I'm depressed. You know what my ex said? You have both parents, you have father and mother, why are you depressed? Oh, she lost her parents. So her dad when she was young and her mom later on. So that qualifies her to be depressed. Because both my parents were alive, I'm not qualified to be depressed. It was just all shades of wrong. And it took me a while to be able to get out of that situation. It took a while. It took a while. I had to wind out of so many things and eventually get to. And all the while, if she had let me have access to the kids, let me tell you how generous I am. I said, when she left, my finances, everything took a nosedive. Then that also happened to be when I got the revelation for the Free Nation in Christ, the initial stages. I wasn't getting work. I was struggling financially. And I said, okay, this is how much money I have. I don't have the money I used to have to give the children as of then. Of course, now things are different. But as of then, I didn't have the money. And I said, look, this is how much I have. I don't have more than this. Now, all I wanted was one weekend in a month. Let me stay with my children. Let me spend the night with them. Let me spend the weekend with them. One night in a month. I did not want the kids to live with me. I wanted them to live with their mom. The only thing I was not going to pay for her was her rent. You're not my wife, I'm not going to pay your rent. If you can't house the children, give them to me, I'll house them. But I'm not going to pay your rent. That one, I said no. Feeding the little I have, I'll bring school fees. I was ready to chip in. And I did not want to say 1 week off. I don't want joint custody. You have them, but let me be able to spend one weekend in a month with them. Let me be able to take them to the movies. And she fought it, made it look like taste buds was going to kill her kids. And let me tell you something. I understand now that it's from a place of insecurity, because if my kids had met taste buds, they would have had a totally different perspective of their mom. Because from the day my father met her, he fell in love with her. From the day my mother met her, she fell in love with her. From the day all my sisters met her, they fell in love with her. They have no issues with her. They love her. As in, and this should have been more difficult because you know what? Taste buds is Igbo and Yoruba. Growing up, I never knew I'll marry an Igbo girl because I'm Yoruba and I was expected to get married to a Yoruba babe. If you understand what I'm talking about. So it's extremely difficult to find how an Igbo girl will creep into my, and this is not just an Igbo young girl that I went to pick. This is someone who was married before, had kids, and then came into my life and everybody loves. And it's not without issues. Her ex is also stressing the life out of her. Exes, they can be so toxic. So I'm now seeing it that if my daughter and my son had come, my son likes good food. If he had eaten taste buds once or twice, he go begin the question in mama for house. I swear to you, he go question in mama, say, mommy, what's the issue? You understand? You go begin questioning mama. And now I'm seeing that that's the reason why because she was saying that to kill their son. Who wants to kill your son? Nobody wants to kill your children. You get. So it wasn't now and initially I was wondering now wow, she has not killed me. She has not killed my parents come to stay over in the house. My mom comes, my sister used to drop her children. My taste buds did not drink their blood or use them for sacrifice. You get. So I was wondering at that point, what until it hit me about 6 months ago. This why. Child insecurity. I swear to you, if those children had come, one weekend every month for 6 months, they would have a totally different concept of their mom. Someone said if you are in the US, you have 2 weekends in a month and summer holiday if you are paying child support. Oh, yeah. And we'll pay the child support. And one of the reasons why at that time I wasn't going to pay anything was I'm not seeing these children. Why am I giving you money for children I'm not seeing? So it's insecurity. If your mind, if you trust yourself, you know you raised your children well. Your children are not going to run away with taste buds. But it's deep-rooted insecurities. This is my opinion. My humble opinion. Insecurity in airport, yeah. Yeah, she was going to eat my charity. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yes. So bringing us back to Two-Face and Annie, which the real issue is, I'm gonna beg Innocent, look into this issue, look into the grievances Annie is sharing. Look into the grievances. If she's unhappy with you, and they say the person is Pero because the name that keeps Auntie Pero. They fi àwọn people ilẹ̀, at least ọmọ Yorùbá ni yín ṣá. Ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ náà, ẹ fi wọ́n lọ́rùn lẹ̀. Àbí Auntie Pero. Orúkọ yín ṣe ń jáde ń bẹ̀ ń gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹ fi bàbá lẹ̀, ẹ fi bàbá lẹ̀ kó gbádùn ìyàwó ẹ̀, fi ìyàwó lẹ̀ kó gbádùn ọkọ ẹ̀, Auntie Pero. Àbígbò láàṣì asán sìn. Pẹ̀rọ̀ láṣà ń rí bíbá pẹ̀rọ̀ ẹ pààrọ̀ wà kẹ́ fi bàbá méjì sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Annie Idibia. Àbí Auntie Pero, ok, orí ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ nù ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ ṣàánú, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ fi wọ́n lọ́rùn lẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá méjì kó rí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí Annie gbádùn ọkọ ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ tó lé tiyín náà. Auntie Pero, ó yá gbogbo wa, everybody dọ̀bálẹ̀ ó yá Auntie Pero abẹ́yìn torí Ọlọ́run ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ bá fi bàbá méjì lẹ̀. Ó ṣe dórúkọ yín ló ń dá gbogbo ìgbà Pero. Ẹ ṣàánú wa nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá méjì àti Annie kí wọ́n gbádùn ilé ayé wọn, kẹ́yìn sì kọjú sílé ayé tiyín. Ẹ má ru ẹrù ẹlẹ́rù kẹ́ fa tiyín lọ. Ẹ ṣàánú ajé. Ẹ jẹ́ bàbá méjì ó gbádùn ilé rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí ilé wọn tòrò. Ọmọ Yorùbá sáà ni yín. Orí ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ àti ìkúnlẹ̀ la wà. Ẹ jẹ́ kán rí ilé ayé wọn gbé, Ọlọ́run ó sì tó lé tiyín náà. Someone says, speak English, Oga. I'm a proud Yoruba man. And I'm also a proud Romanian man. You will not tell me what to speak. The English I speak, I can lecture your entire dynasty. And you guys will all have A1 in English. So it's not like I don't know how to speak English. I know how to speak better English than those who schooled you. But I also speak good Yoruba. And I'm proud to be a Yoruba man. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. The fact that they don't scatter Nigeria means I know they're proud. And if you don't understand Yoruba, get a translator. And I'm going to be speaking a lot of Yoruba, whether people like it or not. It's my language. I'm Ukumeko. Kó tó ṣe tè pẹlẹbẹ bí ọ̀lẹ tí ó jìnnà. Má jẹ́ rí ọ ní àyè mọ́. So Pero. Auntie Pero, mi tiẹ̀ ní pé ìlórúkọ àǹtí ní ń pè yín. Ẹ dákun, ẹ ṣàánú bàbá méjì àti Annie, ẹ jẹ́ lé wọn ó tòrò. Ó dàbọ̀ ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lórí ètò wa Daddy Freeze. A ríra ní yes, I want to address something from Funke Felix Adejumo. My dear Auntie Funke, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close the feed and come back in 2 minutes so we can address Auntie Funke Felix Adejumo. She made a statement and I think I should address it. All right, we'll be back in 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I'll just close the feed and come back. So people are not going to be watching a Two-Face Idibia video and then seeing Auntie Funke in it.